Hi there, my name is Sheila Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share and subscribe and ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And something that's been just fascinating me and really fascinating me over the last, it's been growing. Well, it's grown a lot over the last few weeks, with the current health crisis and the implosion of the comic book industry, which I think is a harbinger for the implosion of much of the entertainment industry, unless they very quickly change their ways. Not the implosion. Yeah, I think I won't say implosion. I think this whole pandemic event is going to have the effect that everything needs to be able to financially justify itself. It's got to. If anybody's selling something, they've got to make sure they've got a customer base for it, rather than just a worthy applause. Because the worthy applause don't pay the bills, I'm afraid. So, but the thing that's been absolutely fascinating me all the way through this is the utter delusion. I mean, the utter crazy delusion that the social justice warriors in fandom have. And it really is utter delusion. So I saw two things today that really kind of tie everything together in one bow. So I thought, this is a good thing to do a video about. So first thing I saw, the new episode of new issue of SFX came out today, which after thumbing through it, I thought I'd find a lot more egregious stuff to roast, but really I didn't. They had a review of Star Trek Picard, and it was just kind of like meh. Which I think that's just a fair review. I mean, I suppose I could go over it and roast it, but again, there wasn't enough in there to make me go rah! However, thank God, I thumbed through another few pages and found this review of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, which they didn't like, but they didn't like it from a polar opposite direction of the reason that a lot of us didn't like it. But I think we can all agree in fandom that most of us didn't like The Rise of Skywalker. So I want to look at this article and make fun of it, because they deserve to have their asses handed to them, and then we're going to have to we'll look at the actual an actual licensee dealing with the effects of this of this really unpopular iterations of genre genre giants that just doesn't match the delusions of the social justice warriors. But before I get there, can I ask you guys, can you hit the subscribe button? That would make me just all warm and gooey inside, all warm and gooey like I'm a creme brulee of love. Please, can you hit the subscribe button? And I want to show you my appreciation. Actually, I really am, and I know I say this every video, but I really, honestly am appreciative of everybody who subscribes. So I like to show my appreciation. That's the kind of guy I am. I give stuff away each week on the channel. The thing I'm giving away this week is pretty darn good. If I do say so myself, although I think everything I give away is pretty darn good, because it's all my stuff. It's mainly like DVDs that I got Blu-rays of. So I always think everything I give away is pretty, but I think everything I do is pretty darn good as well. I have a very high opinion of myself. So just be prepared for that. And I will admit that might be delusional, but just know what you're dealing with. So the thing I'm giving away this week, pretty darn good, is Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of Rings, Special Edition DVD. Just a gorgeous set. I'm kind of gutted to get to give this away, because I just love the packaging so much. But no, it comes with a great booklet. It's got 2 full discs of extras. It's got the extended edition. It's a fantastic fantastic package. You can win it. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel and leave the hashtag. What is the hashtag this week? Treebid. The hashtag Treebid. Go and look in the video notes. It'll give you all the information you need to win it. We'll give it away on Sunday. What was it? Wednesday. It's the 22nd day, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. So it'll be the 26th. Probably the 26th. I'll be on the TARDIS and we'll give it away there. And then we'll set up another giveaway right there. So tune on in. That should be fun frolics for all. Fine. So let's look at this review and have ourselves a good time reading it. Fine. So today's FSX magazine just came out. Let's zoom in. Drink. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Apparently, Benjamin Franklin's words of wisdom never made it to certain galaxy far, far away, or to Kathleen Kennedy's office, I think is more the appropriate thing. Let's blame this on Kathleen Kennedy, the person whose fault this was, and not Obi-Wan Kenobi, who doesn't exist and isn't real. So let's blame it on the real person, because this disappointing final installment of the Skywalker saga suggests Lucasfilm was making things up as they went along. It doesn't suggest that. We know they're making things up as they go. Did you not notice the handbrake turns from what was it, the Force Awakens to the Last Jedi? Did you not notice that kind of like the record change? And you saw what was it, Colin Trevorrow's script, which had no relation to this disastrous movie in any way at all, did it? And I think it was actually quite a bit better, if you ask me. Although you want to know how you could effectively wrap up everything from the Star Wars saga in one movie, keep it under 2 hours, which it really should have been, around 2 hours, and retcon all the disasters made in The Last Jedi. Go and check out my video. I have a video somewhere where I outline my idea for an episode 9, which is so much better than the one they did. But again, I said earlier, I think everything I do is freaking brilliant. So you got to factor that in. Right. So yeah, they didn't suggest it. We know it. It's like that's the thing. You just have to look at the major differences between the Rise of Skywalker and Rise of Skywalker and the leaked treatments from Colin Trevorrow, Episode 9. Man, that guy was so smart to get off the train. He saw this coming way before anybody else. Yeah, well done, Colin. Did he jump? Was he fine? I think he jumped. I think it was good for his career to get the hell out of there as quick as possible. See, there was no grand plan binding the Star Wars sequels together. Well, in fact, in the original trilogy, there was no grand plan either. It was sort of was, but was it Splinter of the Mind's Eye? That book by who was it? The first Star Wars book was set on this like moon with Darth Vader on it. That was the original idea for Star Wars 2. That was the original plan. Because they think, it's a low budget movie. They didn't know it would do so incredibly well. Clearly, as well, the love interest of being Luke and Leia, they didn't know they were brother and sister at the time. So yeah, there wasn't group planning over when they started the first Star Wars movie. But at least it was the same creative mind, so they kind of all pulled it together. But I think when they did the sequel trilogy, they really should have, tried to work out a whole story. Well, they did try to work out a whole story, but that was the problem they run into. The whole story was that the Force is female, and Leia was going to be the Jedi that trained Rey, and she was going to be the Obi-Wan figure. We heard that from Dave Filoni recently, which kind of got scuppered. So, I think even if they had managed to do it, it probably would have failed horribly. Because, bottom line, Star Wars works best. Star Wars works best when you make it for 8-year-old boys. That's how you get good Star Wars. When you make it 8-year-old, case in point, The Mandalorian. It's basically made. It's a little boy's Western fantasy with laser beams. Freaking awesome, and pretty much everybody loved it. By the way, did you see the trailer for Mandalorian season 2 with the Baby Yoda's become like a teenage Yoda and he's smoking up? I thought that was real. I didn't know that wasn't real, but apparently it's that was just not April Fool's joke. That was a joke because it's 420, which was International Weed Day. Who knew? I didn't. I really didn't know that was International Weed Day. But okay, I support that. Fine. Back to the stupid review. There was no grand plan for the sequel. In fact, J.J. Abrams' finale effectively retcons the Okay, this is the bit that grabbed my attention. In fact, J.J. Abrams' finale effectively retcons the boldest storytelling decisions Rian Johnson made in The Last Jedi. Okay, so technically speaking, in terms of a movie, The Last Jedi was a superior movie. But it was also a movie that utterly destroyed Star Wars as a relevant piece of fandom. That I would call that a bit of a failure. And I think ignoring that and looking back at the good old days of that makes you seem a little bit out of step with the audience. Because you know why you seem a little bit out of step with the audience? Because you are a little bit out of step with the audience. While Carrie Fisher's death in 2016 made adjustments inevitable. Again, let's see what they made adjustments. Made adjustments inevitable, incorporating unused footage from the Force Awakens. It's an ingenious way to keep her in the film. even though Leia scenes are unnatural and stilted, then that's not a genius way. Yeah, if you say we've got a problem, but we have a genius solution. A genius solution doesn't make it look unnatural and stilted. That's not a genius solution. That's called a solution. Honestly, they should have. When she passed away, they should have Well, no, honestly, when she passed away, they should have recut Last Jedi so she died in that movie. But what they really should have done, because they didn't have the good sense to they didn't have the good sense to cancel that awful script for the Last Jedi, which destroyed frickin' Star Wars. They didn't have a good sense there. They should have, at least the only way they could have fixed this mess is to make an alternative Episode 8. And have JJ do 2 movies back to back, and they could have released them even like a month apart, and I think that actually would have worked. That actually would have undone the insane amount of damage they did, like doing a crappy movie that's like 3.5 hours long. Do they have how long the movie is? No, they used to. A crappy movie that's 3.5 hours long was not a good move. Was not a good way of undoing the mess. The results are messy. Yes, I agree. The results are messy. While Carrie Fisher's death in 2016 made some adjustments in everything. I've read this before, but I'm reading it again. Incorporating unused footage from... No, it wasn't genius. It wasn't a genius move. It doesn't justify the creative decisions made elsewhere. Yes, Johnson movie was divisive. Yes, it was extremely divisive. In fact, it divided Star Wars from the millions of people. I'll say the tens of millions of people who were fans of it. Yes, they did that. It wasn't divisive. It was a nuclear explosion. And I'm telling you, I think The Timeless Children was in Doctor Who was an equal nuclear explosion to that fandom. And unless they jettison that down quick, they double down on that. This is what you've got to look forward to in the future. You want to look at it a little bit extra, a little bit further down the line in the future? Look at the comic book industry. Get woke, go broke. It's so freaking true. And all the roosters are coming, all the chickens are coming home to roost. Guess the roosters as well. All the chickens are coming home to roost right now because of the global situation. But also gave episode 9 a tantalizing blank state to work from. So again, the reason to go back to the Star Wars universe is because people love the Star Wars universe. There's no point going to the Star Wars universe and say, no, let's just rip the whole thing up. Blah! Hey, surprise! That's not a good thing. We don't want a blank state. We want the Star Wars freaking universe, which The Last Jedi destroyed, which you are a freaking idiot for not understanding. Instead of embracing the opportunity to do something new, however, The Rise of Skywalker wraps itself up in the comfort blanket of previous Star Wars movies. No, the reason it did that, idiot. And I have to say, a lot of the time, I have to, not put the word idiot at the end of a sentence, which I really wanted, but so fortunately, I'm not talking to your face. I can do this. The reason they did that, you freaking idiot, is because The Last Jedi, for all its innovation, for all its fun diversion, for all that subversion of expectations, destroyed a very, very valuable property. It essentially said, you took the Mona Lisa and you drew glasses and moustache on it to make it less problematic, or you take the Mona Lisa and you color her in so now she's like dark skinned or she's Asian, so it's not problematic and people can feel represented. It's really, I see very little difference between the two. It subsequently ties itself into narrative knots, agreed, by revealing that Rey's parents aren't nobody after all, which was, oh god, that was so stupid. That was such a stupid addition. And that the not really dead Emperor, Palpatine, has been pulling the strings all along. Yeah, no, it was really horrible. It was just bad. It was just bad. Having him back, it was just so dumb in so many ways. And you actually could have done it as well. If you did it in a different way, I always thought it'd be cool to have like a holocron, like a holocron of the Emperor. Which has like a AI based on his memories, on his life. So you basically get the Emperor without having to say, I survived, and everything from Return of the Jedi was utterly meaningless. No. Structurally, the movie is all over the place. Yeah, that is true. Again, they should have made 2 movies. That's the only way of getting all this story in and have it flow and make 2 movies. the place driven by a hunt all over the place. Driven by a hunt for a Sith Wayfinder. Yeah, sorry, JJ. You shouldn't be writing. Okay, you know narrative tricks. You don't know how to write a story, and I think you're cursing your son to have the same problem because he got that job writing Spider-Man at Marvel. Rather, what you should have done is help fund him make his own comment and do his own indie thing and force him to learn the craft which you have never learned. That's what good parenting would have done. That's exactly what good parenting is. Which I hate to criticize your scripting because it sucks, but I'm also criticizing your parenting, which objectively sucks. The hunt for the Wayfinder to reveal Palpatine's location before he can unleash a galaxy crashing might of his new look final order. Yeah, and again, why does it find the Wayfinder? Because the planet was super secret, but there was a massive fleet there. Like a massive fleet normally has people around it. They wouldn't. So there were like millions of people with all those Star Destroyers on that planet. Those millions of people, somebody would tell you where this is all going down. Okay, just simple intelligence would have done it. You wouldn't needed the Wayfinder with that idiotic premise. With little sense of time or geography, true. Much like Game of Thrones, season 7 and 8, I guess. Little sense of time or geography, and too many ideas and characters vying for attention. Agreed. It plays out like a bad video game fetch quest. I don't play bad video game fetch quests, so I can't really compare it to that. There are also some bizarre storytelling choices. If Force users can repair wounds in real time, why haven't we seen the Jedi healing a fallen comrades before? I guess they could have said that it's a new ability because Rey is the bestest ever, but not a Mary Sue, but she's the bestest ever. She never needed any training, but she's not a Mary Sue, but she's still the bestest ever. If Finn has something really important if Finn has something really important to tell Rey, why doesn't he get a chance to say, yes, maybe they should have cut that line. Rey, can I tell you something important? Yeah, maybe later. Obviously not that important. Luckily, Abrams is too accomplished a filmmaker for Episode 9 to be a complete disaster. I actually would call it a complete disaster. It really is. I mean, I think that's a fair way of describing this movie. A complete disaster. Which reminds me, I've got to put that in the title of this video. Because apparently putting the word disaster in a video title makes it do better. So, there you go. I learned that from Gary. Neurotic. So thank you very much, Gary. Makes it a complete disaster. Whether in outer space or planet side, it's frequently spectacular. I don't think it was. I don't think it was spectacular. It feels like there's too much. There was too much in the pudding to taste anything. It was like so. I don't think it just became like overblown and vile. Actually, to be honest. Well, C3PO, there we go, gets a more satisfying role he's had since the original trilogy. But oh god, I hated that. I just want to look at my friends for the last time, or one more time, whatever it was. These weren't his friends. He didn't know who they were. Second role he's had since the original trilogy, but after a huge initial promise of the Force Awakens, the Rise of Skywalker is a letdown. The end of a 42-year-old 9-movie saga was never going to please everyone. But, it did unite us in that people who loved The Last Jedi and people who hated The Last Jedi all hated this movie. It was very uniting, which is unusual, I think. Well, my hat's off to them. Was never going to believe everyone, but the final act of the Skywalker saga deserved much, much more. Again, I think they deserve 2 movies to be made. That was their only real hope. So then, juxtapose this review. I'm not going to go into the extras. Who gives a crap? This is the first time I'm not buying a Star Wars DVD, a Blu-ray. The second time. First time was Solo. I said I was still in too much shock when they had The Last Jedi, and I guess I gotta buy it. I just wanted to see it again to see could it really have been that bad? And yes, it is. It was that bad. So this is the first one I'm actively not buying, and I'm really happy to actively not buy it. But you see the utter delusion and how detached this fan media is from their audience. They're utterly detached from it, and I think then this really underscored it much more. This was an interview. This is from Bleeding Full. Well, thank you, Bleeding Full. With what was it Diamond Select, the people doing the Star Wars toys, and who was it? Guy named Chris Wyman from I think RebelScum.com. RebelScum's quite a good site that deals a lot with. Um, what does it deal with? It deals a lot with Star Wars toys. Yeah, it deals kind of exclusively about Star Wars toys. So it was an interview, and again, you see the fan media having zero like connection to the fan audience. So here, let's read what this has to say, and it's really fascinating. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker hit theaters in December, and it looks like there are just 3 pieces up for pre-order at the time. Those being a Sith Trooper mini bust, the Kylo Ren Dreamer Premier Collection statue, and Kylo Ren Legends in 3 dimensions in 3 dimensions bust. Okay, no idea what any of that is. I would imagine there are some very requested characters, especially in the ever popular mini bus line. Mini bus line sound cool. I've got to check it out. Never heard of it. That fans would love to see. Names like Emperor Palpatine, Poe Dameron, Zorro Bliss. Who's Zorro Bliss? Oh, that was Felicity with a toaster on her head, right? Okay, Zorro Bliss, Babu Frick. I don't know. You lost me there. I can't remember. Lando Calrissian, yeah, not C-3PO, and more. Can you speak on when we might see more characters from the final chapter in the 9-film Star Wars saga? And to which he replies, as I mentioned before, we are working on some, but I have to ask you, yeah, sure. There's a lot of demand for these very requested characters. The overall demand for bus and Star Wars products is not what it was 10 or even 5 years ago. It's not just a gentle Gigi. Must be gentle giant. It's not just a gentle giant issue either. The brand is very strong with the Mandalorian and the Clone Wars, and more new content to come. But the products run the production runs on collector products and were in the past compared to now. We would very much. Okay, here's the point that he's trying to make. We would very much love to make more products from the new movie. It's not like we're sitting behind our desks and wringing our hands, thinking, "How can we stick it to the fans and not make bus they want that will make us money?" Right? Yeah. Bottom line, they want to make money. They want to make things that audience wants, but this audience doesn't want this. See, if you can see, we got the General. What was it General Holder? General Gender Studies figure, which, okay, who bought that? I mean, really, I'm kind of tempted to buy it just out of irony, but I think it would just annoy me every time I saw it. Right? We just, as yet, have not seen enough fans that would want to buy a bus, have the personal affection for some of these new characters that makes sense to justify going into production. He's got to be able to sell it. He doesn't want to spend all this money making a product that doesn't sell just so you can go, oh, how brave, how stunning, how brave. He doesn't want to do that. No, he's in a business to make money. That's the function of business. And the way you make money is by pleasing your bloody customers. It's not so freaking hard. This is what you do. Yeah, I felt like, if you ever seen, was it the show Extras, Ricky Gervais show Extras, go and check it out on YouTube. There's this wonderful bit where Ian McKellen from Lord of the Rings, the DVD we're giving away, explains his acting process, and it's the most simplistic explanation. He said, first I imagine I am the person they am acting. He says, when Peter Jackson comes in and said, I want you to play Gandalf the Wizard, said, you are aware, of course, I am not a wizard called Gandalf. Says, no, so I pretend to be a wizard called Gandalf, and then I just say whatever they write it down for me, and somebody tells me where to stand. That's his acting process. This is the way you make products. You imagine what your audience would like, right? And then you make it, and then hopefully your audience will support it. That's how it works, right? If you make a product that your audience doesn't like, and they don't buy it, you then lose money on it. You don't make money on it. And if that happens over and over and over and over again, you're going to not have a business anymore. Now, you had like businesses very recently, a comic book industry where they could make product which was generally hated by the audience, but they had the margins still was thin enough. They made it viable. That's all over now. That is all over. It's I think everybody in entertainment has to get used to saying "Have a nice day, sir." I think they got to get used to that, like just tuning into the realities of the audience around them. All right, let's finish reading this up. Uh, we haven't seen it to justify going to production, but for sure we're watching it. Perhaps as more time passes, fans' affection for these characters will grow. Yeah, exactly. Again, he's got to financially justify making these things, which is just crazy. So this pandemic is freaking fascinating because again you're seeing lots of chickens coming home to roost, and the people who I don't know who in the analogy, who are they? Are they the ones who bought the chickens? I don't know. The people who created the situation, they're not dealing with it well at all. So we like generally rocket between delusion and sheer hate. One of the two. So we're in delusion right now. So there you go. My name is Phil Beck and the Rabbi from Another Planet. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop, and have yourself a fantastic day.